Welcome to the first full episode of watching WandaVision on Countdown to Infinity, an Avengers podcast where we talk all things Marvel Cinematic Universe. And after such a long wait, we're finally talking about something new, and that is episode 1 of the Disney Plus series WandaVision. My name's Emmanuel.
My name is Sofia.
And wow, we just watched it moments ago.
Oh my God.
Minutes ago.
It's honestly still processing in my mind.
Wow.
Oh, sorry if I sound a little hoarse. I just heard that.
A little horse? Do you mean a pony?
I sound a little pony.
You sound a little bit of pony. So this is how the show works. We're going to go episode by episode and talk to you about what we think about it, what we've noticed, what we're excited about. And so I know that the premiere was 2 episodes on Disney Plus. We're going to do 1 episode for episode 1 and another for episode 2.
Yes, so each episode is going to have its own episode.
Each episode is going to have its own episode. And the reasoning behind that is weird. I don't know why. I'm just kidding. No, if you are listening to these episodes
in order,
maybe not when the show comes out initially.
Right.
This may be a little bit easier to follow, or if you only had time to watch one.
Right.
And quite honestly, we did this with Mandalorian, and some people were confused because the episodes weren't lining up. They were like, "Why is everything like an episode short?" And we were like, "Well, the first thing we recorded was for 2."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh."
Yeah, so it just makes sense. It just makes sense to give each episode its own episode.
Makes sense. Lay off.
Sense. Get off our backs.
Get off our backs.
All right, God. We're just giving you what we can.
What we can, all right?
Jeez.
God. All right, so, well, hey, WandaVision,
Just kidding.
We had been so excited because it's been so long. It's been over a year.
It's been
months and months and months and months.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, but also just from a whole lot of reasons. We haven't seen anything MCU in a while.
Not.
How excited were you to see just even the opening Marvel dun 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 dun
right
dun dun dun
and then
dun.
It switches over to customizable for WandaVision. Very nice, very classy.
Yes.
I see you, Marvel. I see you.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, it was so great. I mean, I already knew going into this how emotional I was going to be, but honestly, like from just like the first 5 minutes in, I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Like it's just all the little details that they have to make it seem like an actual... are we doing spoilers in this, BT Dubs?
Oh, let's do this. Let's do a spoiler. Yeah, how about this?
How about we do the first 10 minutes like spoiler free?
10 minutes? God, maybe like the...
Oh, I'm just kidding. 5 minutes then. I don't know how to do this. I'm not a professional. I'm just here. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, okay?
You know what? Let's just say this.
What?
Moving forward, there will be spoilers.
Oh, all right. So we're not going to do spoiler free first?
Nah,
I love that we're discussing this now.
I know. Well, hey, well
again, yeah. I'm not a professional.
There will be spoilers.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, hey, let's do that. Before we talk about WandaVision, did you feel a little different? I mean, this is kind of WandaVision related, but more generally Disney Plus. But do you feel any different watching this at home?
As a sitcom? Or as like a show versus
being in the theaters?
No. And I'll say because... I've already gotten used to being at home and watching quote unquote premieres of things. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, like Soul, Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 84, everything. Also, like Mandalorian kind of set it up for me too. And it doesn't feel like anything
that's
abnormal
true.
Just because like even I say back in the day, like it was so long ago, but before all the streaming platforms had their series, or like even when Netflix, I mean, it wasn't like Orange is the New Black when that first came out.
I call it OIT. Wait, OITN. Wait, Orange is the OITNB.
New Black.
OITNB. That's what I call it to save time. I'm like, have you seen OITNB? NB?
All right. NBD. No big deal. So what? Like that? I think that was like 2013 or 2012 when it came out. But you could binge the whole thing, which I did not. I had to kind of like. I wasn't used to the idea of binging back then because I was like, oh, why would you want to do that? Because like in middle school, I would watch Grey's Anatomy with my family, and then you would have to wait a week between each ep, and like you would have. So I feel like
Game of Thrones is similar.
Same thing. Yeah. So I feel like I've been kind of setting myself up for streaming this anyway. Like my mind's like, oh, cool. It's just going to be like Mandalorian, or it's going to be like Game of Thrones, or whatever. Like it's just something I'm going to have to wait for, and Seeing just the Marvel credits, no, because I have a really large TV. So
okay. Well, I mean, you brought up a good point. Mandalorian, some episodes filmed on IMAX, and is a very cinematic TV show, and that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But also mix that big TV. We got this Sonos surround sound.
Yeah.
Put the blinds down.
Yeah, black shade.
Around you. Mm-hmm. Sophia, I make popcorn, and then Sophia has to pay me $500 for it.
Yeah,
so it feels
and then also for a very small soda.
For a very small soda. I'm texting the whole time. It smells like farts.
Someone's baby is crying.
All of that is just to make us feel like we're in a
theater. Yeah.
But let's talk about this episode. So WandaVision,
episode 1 from
the beginning.
From the jump.
We knew that they were going to be informed by different styles of TV, but there is no lead up. You are just in a sitcom. Was that a little jarring to you? Did you like that?
Oh, I loved it. Of course I loved it. I mean, because one, we saw it in the trailer, so I was already expecting it. I was already excited for it. But I do love that they got all the lighting right, the applause from the quote-unquote audience.
Filmed in front of an actual live studio audience.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
This episode, this is supposed to look like the Dick Van Dyke show. Mm-hmm. Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
Right, yes.
And a really big star of the 50s and the 60s sitcoms. And this... Sorry, if you hear our dog,
we live with a whale.
Yeah, he's rolling around just like a real movie theater. Our dog is rolling around. But they even called Dick Van Dyke, and Dick Van Dyke gave pointers, and he gave a school of this cute. Is what it was like to film during that time. You kind of get the sense that there's a little bit of Bewitched in this. Actually, a lot of Bewitched with Wanda trying to hide her secret power. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, everybody loves I Love Lucy. Or I Love Lucy. Mm-hmm. And the OG, and she is such a comedic genius of the time when she was overwhelmed. I think everyone remembers when she's going down the assembly line with the candies.
Yes.
Like that's the classic I Love Lucy, and of course Desi Arnaz, who plays her husband in that, and that's kind of in this too. So it is kind of just from the very beginning, you're in one of these sitcoms from the 50s and 60s.
Right.
And yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's very cool. And Wanda looks amazing as like this cute little 60s, like the hairdo, the dress, like the wardrobes are amazing. The sets are amazing. Like it feels so much like a sitcom. It's so cute. So cute. I will say that there are little like bits here and there that kind of give off that Wanda is kind of in her own little
bubble.
Yeah, her own little scenario in her head, like in her own imagination. Thank you. That's what it was. And I love that too, because it's just kind of in the background. Like you can tell that they're very off-putting just by being in this scenario. Like they know that something's off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like within themselves, because Vision the whole time when he was at work, he's like, what do I do here?
It's
like,
eerie.
What am I doing?
It's a mystery to them just as much as it's a mystery to us. Because
and I love that.
You and I have been watching Golden Girls. All like 40
nonstop.
episodes, 50 episodes in order so far.
Right.
So we're kind of in the world of sitcoms. We get it. We know the beats. We know someone's going to give a story. There's going to be hijinks, like in this episode where it's an anniversary dinner, but the boss is coming over.
Yeah, miscommunication.
We're in that mode and we get it, but I'm sure some folks haven't seen a sitcom in a while.
Especially Marvel related.
And this is probably surprising. They're like, whoa. And I get also, this is also like dated sitcom. So the jokes are different.
Yes.
Like they're situational. They're timed. They're meant to be a little like highbrow, like very high class, oh, you didn't do this one thing. And, we'd be like, what? That's dumb. Because we watch, Reno 911, something insane.
Like their conversation with the neighbor. Oh, I already forgot her name.
Catherine Hahn is the actress.
Yes, but I want to say it's like something with an A. Oh, Arlene? Not Arnett. That's Kevin Arnett. Anyways, but...
the nosy neighbor.
Yeah, she's a nosy neighbor. And she goes over and and that's when Wanda realizes that
Agatha Harkness. There we go.
Agnes, that's it. That's when Wanda kind of gives off her sense of being off-putting, because she's like, oh, it's an anniversary? And then she's like, well, of what? Like, do we have one? Like, what's going on? Like, she kind of has to relive everything for just a split second, or kind of like come to the realization of like, wait a minute, what exactly happened? And I love that.
Yeah, we are yet to see exactly how Agnes plays a bigger role, because we know she's going to as the neighbor coming in, but also the boss. And I think the moment that you're talking about where she kind of is realizing something is happening.
Oh, that's the big moment.
Is really clever.
That's the big one.
But Arthur Hart is the name of the boss. And Mrs. Hart, his wife, is played by Deborah Jo Rupp, who is in the 70s show.
Oh my God.
She's also been in Seinfeld. I don't know if you remember in Friends, she is the older
she was she's Phoebe's sister-in-law.
Yeah. So she's like a star of sitcoms.
Love
and it's
her.
Exciting to see her there.
So cute.
But that moment
and she has that signature voice and signature laugh. Like
she knows the timing.
Oh, for sure.
I love the thing about sitcoms that I really love is you could, when it is done right and in front of a real life studio audience,
right?
Which they don't really do live sitcoms anymore.
I'm really surprised to hear that was a live studio audience, but I'll tell you why later. Because did you see what I see? What I saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
Well, it is. Well, the other thing about it being filmed in front of a live studio audience was they just figured it would be easier for the schedule if they just rehearse it like a sitcom, put it on like a sitcom, because it's filmed in order with an audience and sometimes in just a day.
Yeah.
Because with sitcoms, again, we were talking about Golden Girls. They do like 40 episodes.
Yeah, because it's the audience is so that's scary.
But that moment when he's choking, the boss is choking, and Wanda is kind of having a weird mental breakdown. We talked about the whole thing looking like a sitcom, but that's the first time the camera's cut from wides to tights and with shorter lenses longer lens, and then it becomes like this weird Twilight Zone.
Very eerie
thing,
weird,
and then snaps back out like to be.
Yeah, well, again, because and you can see it on her face that she realizes like, wait a minute, like something. Right here. That's when it's like really, really sets in. Like, holy shit, like something's actually off.
This reminds me, and we'll talk about what this actually is. I enjoy this episode, but I know there's a ton of like, what is this? Explain this, What does this mean in the comic books and stuff, which we'll talk about in a bit. But I really do. Oh shit! I just lost my train of thought.
That's great. That's awesome. We were talking about the boss and how he was choking, and I
forgot.
Well, that's great. That's
totally forgot.
Perfect for
what
a
am I doing here? Wait a minute.
Right.
What day is it today? Why am I stuck?
Yeah. But no, I think it's gonna be. I think I don't. Well, can we talk about the ending already?
Sure.
Is that too?
No, we can jump back and forth.
All right. So after the whole dinner party situation was going on, and when Wanda realizes whatever, they go back. It's just obviously they leave. The boss and his wife leave because they came over for dinner and then they left. But towards the end of the episode, you kind of see Vision holding onto a remote, and I don't know if that's supposed to be towards their actual TV, or if that's towards the whole.
That just jogged what I was about to say. This reminds me of the Truman Show with Jim Carrey, where the entire world is a show.
Yes.
And we do get the sense that this is sword. Oh my God! I just looked up what sword meant, and I will.
And you forgot again.
I am so bad at this. Oh, okay. SWORD stands for Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division.
So then does that mean that she's actually a vision or not a vision, a villain?
It's possible.
Because, or it could be that she's just too dangerous and that they really can't control her. Because, I mean, realistically, they can't. But then also, does this take place in between two movies?
No, this takes place
just
after
Endgame? Okay, so then she's pissed.
Yeah, so it seems like all of the...
But also, they would have to capture her and stuff. Are they going to show that?
Maybe.
Oh my God.
I mean, going to like that Truman Show analogy, they built a giant thing to keep him thinking he was in his own world. It's possible they're doing that with Wanda.
And if they did that to Jim Carrey, then they can totally do that to Wanda.
Jim Carrey knows what's happening at all times. You get the sense now that all of these folks are agents, because it's a repertory cast. So we're going to see Catherine Hahn. We're going to see all these actors again in every single episode.
Right.
It's just whether or not they're real people acting or if they're all just figments of Wanda's mind.
I wonder if Norm, and that's what I'm talking with the toaster. So I'm not even joking. Like that chick, the one that was selling the toaster, she sounded totally off. Like, she sounded different than everybody. She didn't have like a cute little quirky voice. The way she talked was very like low and kind of I'm telling you, like it was sus.
Yeah.
It was sus.
They're all
also I want to know if Norm, the person that worked with Vision, that little cute guy, I wonder if, because he's like really fit. Did you see that?
He's gonna if
he's gonna come back.
He's a snack.
He's a full course, a meal.
No,
I'm just kidding. No, I want to see if he has a bigger role in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Did you laugh at the bigger part?
I thought you were gonna say hog.
Oh my god. When have I ever said that? I've never said that.
I wonder how big his hog is.
No, I've never.
Right.
But I do wonder how big his hog is.
I know, since they're going through all these different eras of TV, are they going to
get bigger?
No. Are they going to get to like an HBO, Skinemax?
Yeah, is it going to end in a giant orgy?
Okay, all right. We're still not sure if she knows it or if she's not.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, she's one of the most dangerous Avengers. She's one of the most powerful.
Well,
so are they doing this just to keep her at bay,
right,
without her knowledge?
Well, I will say this. Whenever the boss was choking, Kitty's character, the wife of Mrs. Hart is her name, I guess. Mrs. Hart looked over at Wanda. First, she was telling Mr. Hart to stop.
Yeah.
And then she turned towards Wanda, and even though she was still smiling because it was still set in the sitcom, but it was not looking like the sitcom anymore.
Yeah.
There was a tear in her eye, like going down her face, and she was still smiling because she was still in character, and she was telling Wanda, stop, stop, like to Wanda.
Stop it.
Vision looked over at Wanda, like, let me help him. And then she told Vision, like, oh, Vision, help him.
Yeah.
And that's when Vision jumped up. So I feel like Wanda's in control of it.
Yeah.
But also not in control. Like, I feel like it's definitely some sort of breakdown that's happening, but she is in control of what she is able to see or what she's able to feel or what takes place, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just because Kitty, the way she looked at her, she was like, stop it. Like, stop, please. Like, do you know what I mean? You know
yeah.
but I don't know. Again, I don't know. I could just be grasping at straws
her
here.
Power, she probably could control anything, even if she was supposed to be she can. And now this is like super far speculation, and I guess we're there. We'll talk more about this episode in a bit, but
how many conspiracies are there?
Wanda becomes a villain in the comic books, and
wasn't she already, her and her brother?
Yeah,
when they first joined,
in Age of Ultron, but she becomes a villain later. And we do know that she is.
Far spoiler alert!
But that may not happen. But she's also cast in the new Doctor Strange movie that's being filmed as we speak.
Right.
So we do know she plays into that. But yeah, I can only speculate and think maybe this is something that can lead to her being upset, or if this is just how she's coping. Like it is really interesting to think about what she wants to get out of it, if she knows.
It's like trying to figure out what in this fictional imaginary world is actually fiction and imaginary based on Wanda's actions. And like, it's really hard to tell.
It's nice, though, I think, for her character to be in a world like a 50s and 60s sitcom filled with hijinks, but it ends on such a nice note. They love each other, they get rings, and we know that in reality, at least, he's dead.
I know, so and that's what breaks my heart, because this whole time I'm thinking that's in the back of my mind. And if it's in the back of my mind, it has to be in the back of Wanda's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she has to know, she has to realize, and that's why I'm saying, like, she can live in this delusion up until she can't.
Yeah.
So there is going to be a moment where she like stops everything, and then she's like, well, damn, like, what was, what's the point? But so whenever Vision shows the remote, I don't know if that remote is like, again, Wanda's subconsciously signaling Shield, or not Shield, what is it? Sword. To like move on to the next simulation,
because we know there's multiple styles of TV,
or if it's just Vision like ending like a normal sitcom where they turn off the TV or turn on the TV, you know what I mean? And that's what that's what that thing is. I don't know.
Even if she is, and again, we're gonna watch the second episode, have another episode. Maybe it's all explained to us, but if if this is her, I wouldn't fault her if she really did say like, I want to jump into this simulation, because wouldn't we all want to go to?
I want to go there now.
Let's go. It's just me and you, baby. Or wait, would I be a part of your TV show?
No, absolutely
I would be
not.
written out.
It would still be Vision.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, I was about to sing the title song. What did you think about the title? WandaVision. It is
so cute.
The theme is written by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez.
I'm excited.
They are EGOTers for Frozen and all the things that they've done for Disney already.
Relationship goals, am I right?
What's
babe?
EGOT?
What the hell are we doing?
We're trying to get a podcast award. A PGOT.
No, I'm excited for them to honestly just fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because it sounds sweet and nice right now, but
it's gonna glitch.
I know it's gonna fucking glitch hard, and I'm excited for it.
Do you think it stays that theme, or do you think it changes as we get?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Like, I think it's gonna it's gonna stick with this original, and then it's going to like convert into the 70s style one, and then it's gonna like straight up like sound like staticky whenever it breaks to the straight up Marvel stuff.
Wow.
So I'm excited to see it. That adapt to everything.
We know that the style of the TV shows that they're emulating in WandaVision change from eras. So right now we're 50s, 60s. The next one might be 60s, 70s, and then it becomes more recent than 80s.
Yeah.
But it might end with just a full on, out of the simulation.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is super meta, because it's saying this is where TV is now, and it literally is a show.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Kind of trippy, brother. Hey, pass me that. Hey, buddy.
I feel like that's a far reach, but
pass me a little of that.
I'm not into film like you are, so
I'm saying
live
like
your
50s,
life.
60s, 70s, 90s, and sure, we get some of that. Then some early 2000s, then you're like, we're out of it. But then you're like, wait, but this is a show. So now...
Sure.
The show becomes a show, man? What, man?
A showman?
A show. Well, let's talk about the thing that was pretty big in it. That's the commercial break.
So cute.
There's a great commercial break. Stark Industries with a toaster that looks like Vision, and the only splash of color in the show we see is the red light.
Yeah. So I don't know if it is symbolism for something like the actual toaster and then the two people that are standing right there. Because if you looked at Homegirl, her makeup and the way that she moved and the way that she the way that she spoke, that's the word, was totally different than how the toaster salesman or literally everybody else in the sitcom was speaking. Like, her voice was much deeper. Her tone was different. Like, it wasn't like that quirky, like, why is my toaster not working? Like, hers was like, listen to that, whatever. Like, it was very, very different and very odd. Like, it kind of took me back, and I was like, what you doing, girl?
Yeah.
You ain't just making toast. What you doing?
What I really love is there are elements, and I'm sure a lot of folks just want that. They want like the Marvel stuff, like the sci-fi stuff.
Oh, yes.
I enjoy the sitcom. I really love the sitcom.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, but also we're watching Golden Girls right now, so we're being very biased because we're very much enjoying
watching sitcoms,
enjoying these sitcoms. Yeah, but it's so different, and I'm appreciating it. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I am very interested in seeing what happens next. I'm sure you are too. But not
really. I'm done.
Peaked.
Yeah, this is it. This is enough for me.
But we do
till
know
next year.
But it is. You said you're going to be sad the whole time, but there is that underlying tragedy of.
I'm telling you,
this is all
after every time.
Real.
After every time I lauged, like after the whole like lobster joke and like the whole like, oh my god, this is too much. Oh, now it's too little. Like with the chicken thing.
Yeah.
Watch it if you know what I'm talking about. You know.
Chicken.
If you know, you know.
The lobsters.
But chicken and lobster.
I've never had. Have you ever had chicken and lobster together?
No, I've had surf and turf.
Hold on, surf and turf is
shrimp. Yeah,
and
steak, isn't it?
That's turf. Oh yeah, like grass. Okay,
yes,
cool.
And but it's. Now I lost my train of thought. Why'd you do that?
Hey, I've had greens and beans. And that's when you smoke a little Mary Jane and open up a can. Beans, baby. What are you most excited to see in the next episode? We're about to dive into the next one.
I do want to see how the conversions are going to work, like how they're going to mesh.
Wow.
I don't know. Are they going to just start off at different times, or are they going to like?
So there's going to be a glitch.
Yeah, if there's a glitch in the actual episode and the whole thing just changes, kind of like how Vision changes from human to robot back again, or droid? No, what is he? Computer?
Yeah.
Vision to person? I don't know how to explain him. But like how they put like little magic dust all around him, like if there's going to be one of that types of stitch, or if they're just going to cut straight to something and then they're just going to be in different clothes and Wanda's going to be like, what the fuck just happened?
In the trailers, there are moments where just objects start to change.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, is that what it's going to look
changes.
like? Yeah.
We'll have to see. I hope. I mean, maybe it happens.
I really don't know.
Well, what do you have to plug?
I guess the same stuff. Like, just thank you so much for listening to the pods. Each and every pod's under Dolphin Pod. If you like them so much, if you like us and other people that talk with us, you can totally subscribe to our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/DelphinPod,
Wow.
DELFINPOD, and you can give us like a little here and there, a little sprinkle. And there's also obviously like exclusive stuff on there and whatnot as a thank you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everything on social media is going to be @_simply Sophie, SOFIEE, if you want to follow me and see what I talk about.
Yeah.
Independently.
Yeah. So definitely go to Patreon. There's a lot of not free for our patrons. There's stuff there.
Oh, well, it's not like free, but, you know, because
there's a lot of
thank you.
extra things there, including episodes of this show and others that you'll be getting there. But listen to the other shows. We have a Star Wars book club at The Countdown Strikes Back. We're calling it
so cute.
Babu's Book Club, and we're really excited about reading those books. Director Showdown, Dirt Sheet Radio, and Revenge of the Sequel. All of our shows. There's more to listen to all of those. But we'll see you here soon for another episode
next week
of Watching WandaVision.
Watching Wanda.
What? Where's that coming from? Huh?
Bye.
WandaVision.